All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dig into Datagram's recent Q3/Q4 roadmap reveal. And let me tell you, it is way more than just a list of dates. It's really a signal, a huge pointer to where this whole project is headed.
And right off the bat, you have to start here, with this quote from the founder. This sets the entire tone. This isn't about hype, it's not about speculation. The focus is squarely on building something real, something that actually works. And you gotta have that mindset before we even look at a single date on the timeline.
So, yeah, let's talk about that core philosophy for a second. Because before we get into the what and the when, you really have to understand the why behind Datagram's whole approach. This vision, this idea, it's the foundation for everything else we're about to talk about.
The team has been crystal clear about this. Whether the nodes sell out tomorrow or a month from now is, and I'm quoting them, immaterial. What actually matters? The forward momentum. Just building the network. This isn't a project that's going to live or die based on sales numbers. It's going to live or die based on its tech.
Okay, so let's get into the roadmap itself. But hang on, before we dive into the nitty-gritty, we have to talk about expectations. The team was super upfront about what a roadmap actually is in the world of tech, which, moves at lightning speed.
And this is their exact definition. A roadmap isn't some promise written in stone. It's a projection. It's a statement of intent. This kind of honesty is how you build trust. It's like putting a destination in your GPS. You know where you're going, but you might have to take a detour if there's a roadblock.
And I love this slide because it just lays it all out. A rigid promise, that can shatter. But a projection can bend. It can adapt. Let's be real. Tech development is never a straight line. Being agile is what lets the team navigate the unexpected without breaking their core mission.
So, here's the bottom line. Timelines might shift, features might get moved around, but the one thing that never, ever changes is the mission. That's the North Star. The goal is always to deliver a high-quality product that actually solves real problems for real people.
All right, with that foundation set, let's get to the good stuff. What can we actually expect to see in the next few months? Let's dive in.
So here's the 30,000-foot view for the rest of Q3 and a peek into Q4. We've got the beta testnet kicking off literally this week, then the referral claim page in the next 30 days. And then, bam, the end of September is where things get really wild. We're talking the node NFT claim, the token generation event, and capsule claiming, all targeting the same time frame. So let's break these down one by one.
First up, the beta testnet. This is happening right now. And it's a really important step. It's not for everybody. It's specifically for people who are in the alpha testnet and bought a node. As a reward, they're getting 5 times the points. The whole idea here is to shift the focus from a huge pool of testers to the core group of dedicated people who are actually going to be running the mainnet.
All right, next up, the node NFT claim, aiming for the end of September. Now this is super smart. It's all about security. You're not stuck with the wallet you used to buy the node. You'll get to designate a totally separate recipient wallet, like a super secure hardware wallet. And that's important, because once you claim that NFT, it's going to be locked up and non-transferable for a full year.
And here it is, the big one, the one everyone has been waiting for, the token generation event, the TGE. The target for this is also the end of September. This is the moment, right? This is the pivot point where the project's own token is born. It gets distributed, and we officially move from testnet to mainnet. Huge deal.
Happening right alongside the TGE is the capsule claiming. So how do these things work? Well, think of them like a little treasure chest. It's an NFT that gets airdropped to you, and over 1 year, your tokens will automatically fill up inside it. Now, you can open that chest and claim the tokens anytime you want, but here's the twist. Opening it destroys the capsule. And the biggest rule of all, you have to be actively running a node to even be able to open it.
But all this tech, all these timelines, that's only half the equation. The other half, the part the team talks about all the time, is the community, the people. Just look at this number. Let that sink in for a second. At the time they did this reveal, there were over 393,000 testnet nodes online. We're talking about nearly 400,000 active participants. That is just staggering.
And look, this isn't just some vanity metric to brag about. No way. This is proof.
It's a powerful signal of the project's health, its global reach, and just the insane level of engagement they have. A number like this is the bedrock for a truly decentralized network.
And you can really see the strength of this community in action. There was this little story about a recent tech hiccup with an indexer. The dashboards were showing errors, and a few people, they started to panic. But almost instantly, other community members jumped in with messages just like this one, just calming everyone down, showing trust in the process.
And that right there, that kind of resilience is priceless. It gives the whole project credibility. It means the core team doesn't have to play firefighter every time there's a tiny issue. It shows the community can handle the bumps in the road. And for the long-term health of any decentralized project, that is absolutely essential.
So it all kind of boils down to this one question, right? When you're looking at a project like this, moving from an idea to a full-blown mainnet, what really defines its success? Is it the slickness of the technology? Is it hitting every single date on the timeline? Or is it the strength, the resilience of its community, of its tribe? Based on everything we've just seen, the real answer is probably all of the above.